Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a truck backing up in my background here.
And
But you know what?
I'm
I'm gonna pull you in
there's
close,
the only
y'all.
truck I want backing up on me is a lady named Sheila.
There you go.
Woo!
Let's find her. Sheila, where you at?
What's going
Savage
on?
AF.
What's going on,
Savage
y'all?
AF. I'm sure somebody will jump in soon. Any minute now. It only takes one. But listen, guys, we'll just get into it anyway. Savage AF. Forget your feelings. Facts
Facts
matter.
matter. The
Okay.
facts actually matter.
We'll
They
be
matter.
cursing in 4 minutes. Don't worry. But
Yes.
until then,
Facts
we
matter.
we are your host. I am Black Pedro. This guy.
I am Shang, and that's
There you go.
facts. Facts. Yo,
Good to
also
speak
want to
that.
let y'all know something. Thank y'all for supporting us for the live show last night at the Ontario Improv. Pedro did his thing. Jason Rogers did his thing. LJ changed clothes a lot. Uh, yeah,
I
Kevin
believe
did his
three
thing,
official
and
outfits.
Brian Keefe, he was there, and
Yeah, he showed up.
yeah, no, he showed up. They all showed up,
That's
and
what it
thank you
is, man.
guys for coming out for the show. Hope you had a good time. Hope you had to get your laugh on. We appreciate it, and that's the facts. All right. Also, you know what? Thank y'all for subscribing to the channel. I don't know why I have to thank y'all because you should be thanking us.
Hey,
That's messed up.
thank
That's
you for
messed
the thankings, man. And I do see two Negroes here, Damani Jones, Kevin Keith. I see y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Listen, for the rest of the Negroes who aren't here, we obviously need a reminder. And even we were late today, so sometimes we'll remind ourselves. But and by today I mean every day. But typically you can find us Savage AF Monday through Friday, typically at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live on YouTube and Facebook simultaneously.
Simultaneously.
If you ever miss us live, check back because we might have started late. But the
Yeah,
reality is,
but we're normally here live, and if you like the live and you want to see the thing, you see it scrolling down there. I shouldn't have to tell you that many times, but that's what it is. You see it scrolling down there. Subscribe to the YouTube.com/C/Savage AF World, and when you get there, if you don't use your thumbs or your fingers, there's something wrong with you. Bell, it will remind you of
ding,
what's
ding.
popping. All right. So also make sure you rate and subscribe to the channel, because that helps us too.
Share it
Now,
with your friends.
the thumbs ups is only for the algorithm. If you got an algorithm, if you got a friend named Al and he has some rhythm,
Al
that's cool
Gore's rhythm.
too. But we're really basically wanting you to give us some thumbs up and can be aware that our show is thumbs up and good.
Thumbs upable. Check this out. Some of you, based on the way you live your lives,
Right.
both in the past and currently, cannot maintain a civil life on a platform such as YouTube, and you've been what's known as kicked off. Okay.
Right.
Now, if you've been kicked off YouTube or whatever the reason may be, we do have another outlet for you. Okay. That place is called The Book of Face,
The Book of Face.
also known as Meta now, but Facebook is a platform where we also stream live. When you're looking for us, do Savage A dot, put a period there,
And
F period
I'll
again.
change some of the things. So apparently you got to put a period there so these
A
people
period,
know.
F period, yo.
No, I ain't changing. I ain't changing shit. I know I cuss
Oh man, we
because
have
the bottom
45
line,
seconds to
it
go.
don't matter
Man.
because if y'all can't tell that AF means as, then you know
Yeah.
what? Ah,
Yeah.
then you don't know. Then you too dumb to be on the goddamn channel. But not that Damani Jones very, very, very smart. Kevin Keith not as smart. A little bit slow. Not as slow as me. I'm one of the dumbest people on the planet. I'm stunned that I can walk and chew gum at the same time, which I heard is difficult.
I guess it depends on the kind
No,
of
Keith
gum
is all our people in the feed are smart as shit,
and
and
where
I'm
you're
gonna let you know
walking.
that right now. So, but
Oh no, we've had a few idiots and some who drop by every now
wow,
and then. So,
okay, get that
but
off
the
your chest.
regulars, the hardcore regulars, yeah, no, those
Yeah,
are.
yeah, but the people that were dumb, we know what they did with their lives.
Take a leap of
It
faith.
tickles me every time.
It's a
Every
great
time
one.
it tickles me. The
Uh,
cat just said, "Fuck it, I don't want to
yeah,
live."
well, he had the judge right, and you could tell by the wiggles that he was building up the momentum but he failed to factor in
Wait,
friction
wait a
and
minute.
traction.
What? Yeah, he was
The
trying.
little foot, like there's just a little foot
Yeah, he
scramble
gave
there
it a
where
shot. He gave it a shot, and he
he didn't
just
realize he didn't have any
he missed. He
traction.
missed.
Listen, speaking of missing it, if you're not following us on Instagram, you are just missing it. Okay, it's the most important thing in life. I don't care what your shows are, or you got
What
kids,
you
or I
feel when you
left the oven on or whatever. Who cares?
right,
Go to Instagram, follow at Black Pedro,
right
at
there.
comedian Shang with a G at the end, y'all. And it's the same names on the twin cousin app threads. So don't be like, and what was the other one? It's the same as the
It's the
one.
same as the shit we've been telling you
It's
the
the
whole
all the
goddamn
one.
time.
It's on our screen right now. It's everywhere. All right.
If you can't get it by now, you dumb geeky niggas. I never
Wow,
liked you
that turned
dumb
quickly.
geeky niggas. You're bringing the black community down with your words and your face and your big soppy lips. You make me hate you.
Peterson, you thought I forgot about you, huh?
You thought I did, huh?
All right,
You
man.
have to know what
Savage
that
AF.
movie's from, but a lot of people don't realize that's one of the best movies from an acting standpoint that I've seen, and the dude that won the Oscar deserved it. We
Savage
got more
AF.
people jumping in the feed now, so that's cool.
Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. You know what it is, y'all. Listen, let's get into the show because we're running behind anyways. It is Thursday, November 2nd, 2023 in the time space continuum. Okay. If
Yes.
you up, don't let the loom burst and all the timelines branch off. Y'all watching Loki season 2? Anyways,
Oh wow, I haven't watched it. Is it good?
it's getting good.
It's there. It's there.
What's his
I'm
name?
watching.
Jonathan Majors has a
Yeah, he's
great role.
wackadoo, horrible
What?
wackadoo. Like, hey, well, maybe I should be that kind of bullshit acting. But he's a good actor.
What? Come
He's
on, man.
bad. He's garbage in that show.
Wow.
And they
Oh, in
replaced
the
him with
show?
Doctor Doom in the new movies. They're like, nah, we can't. No, I'm telling you, it's gonna be Doctor Doom, white boy with a metal face. But yeah, I thought he's horrible in it. So I could be crazy, or maybe if I'm win in this timeline, I don't know. Fuck out of
Wow.
here, man.
All right. Well, that got personal really
I got
quickly.
personal. I mean, and
I
I
didn't
was
expect
engaging.
that.
I
I
was
was just
engaging for. I knew he didn't beat that white bitch up, but I'm saying I don't even engage in pretending that. I'm talking about this specific acting in that is absolutely
in what, in
garbage.
Loki, or are you talking
And
about Ant-Man?
Loki, but and Ant-Man, not as much in Ant-Man, but Loki for sure. But he killed it in Creed. So I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think overall the community would say he's a great actor.
Overall, yeah,
But
everybody has,
all I said was is November 2nd, 2023 in the time space
and it went
continuum.
there, and
Hey,
it just,
one little comment
you
about
know what,
Loki,
you
and
know what, you
then
know how to trigger people, man. That's
I'm
your
sorry,
fault.
bro. But here we go, y'all. We're gonna end today's show on the time space continuum with a Shangri. And now for a pregnant pause.
Very good.
You see what it did? Yeah, I built it into the presentation.
I'm gonna give you this.
That's called acting, children.
Yes.
Before we get into that, Black Pedro
What's up,
popping
JoJo?
today. Black Pedro popping today. If you think Biden is goofy, I got one for you. I'm telling you, I got one for you, player partner.
Man, look, I just posted a thing about the Trump supporters being the little bitches that they are, and I get in arguments online a lot. I threaten them, and then they back off. I think when they threaten you, it's different, Pedro. But when you threaten them back with even more threats, I haven't been doing any more rhino stuff or none of that. But
yeah,
it's close.
Okay, we're close. All right. Well.
Oh, and lethal chaos, whoever you are, that sent me the little. Yeah, you think that's supposed to intimidate me? I want you to do me a favor. I want your entire family to shove the other family member up your own ass. Because fuck you, dude. Or if you're a girl, fuck you. I don't care if you're a girl, dude. They, them, whatever the fuck you are. You. I don't give a fuck about you. And that's to your face. Anybody that sees this lethal, whatever the fuck, eat a dick.
No
All right. All right.
no
Yeah.
pronouns given.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Okay. What's up?
speaking of lethal
Mr.
case,
Bowman is here.
who we got? Oh, Stephen Bowman. I see you, Jojo, as well. Yep. Okay, cool. Well, let's get into it, man. I gave you the Shangri. I gave you the pop in. So let's go ahead and pop today off. Speaking of pop in.
Yes.
And speaking of lethal chaos, some of these motherfuckers are really starting to believe in it. And when you hear the words out of this Republican representative's mouth, you're gonna be like,
motherfucker say what? Yeah. Motherfucker say what? Say yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
His last name is Mast.
Yeah.
Which I hope he forms on his heart.
Damn.
Malignant mast.
Yeah, he's just like if you really
mast.
like all the bad stuff you wish on somebody medically, I wish it on him. I'm specifically medically. I want his appendix to burst simultaneously while he gets an aneurysm, simultaneously while he gets hit by a car, simultaneously while a cop accidentally shoots him.
We'll show you the he that we're talking about, and the verbiage is self-explanatory. Let's go.
As a whole, I would encourage the other side to not so lightly throw around the idea of innocent Palestinian civilians, as is frequently said. I don't think we would so lightly throw around the term innocent Nazi civilians during World War II.
Oh, fuck you, you thumb. You're a thumb.
Motherfucker say what?
What? There's a drastic difference between that. Oh my
okay,
God.
so let's break a couple things down here. First of all, I don't know who is lightly throwing around the term innocent Palestinian civilians. Obviously, there are some Palestinians who are like literally babies. You see a couple right there? Now, if you're telling me the babies ain't innocent, that they are masterminds or henchmen in Hamas's evil plan, go jump off.
These 1-year-olds have been plotting against the Jews forever.
So I mean, it's like just off GP, you foul right there, right? Like just Brian Mast of Florida, Republican representative, Florida man. So obviously off GP, you foul right there, buddy. All right, the kids are innocent. Palestinian, Israeli, whatever. The kids are innocent, right? But then you go on to say, and this is where you know that he doesn't understand analogies, or at least the way this one should work. But to go on to say, what now that we wouldn't lightly throw around the term innocent Nazi civilians during World War II, as if to say that Palestinians are the Nazis here, not Hamas, which is supposed to be the distinction, right?
Well,
also, you could have we do though all the time talk about innocent German civilians, which would be a better way to analogize these two situations, right?
Well, no, you know what, Pedro?
There were innocent German civilians, just like there are innocent Palestinian civilians. And fuck the Nazis, just like fuck Hamas, yeah.
Well, see, I'm starting to change my mind about that, and everybody, you're going to probably not agree with me.
Please don't change your mind about fuck the Nazis.
I'm changing my mind, not about the Nazis. Okay. No. What I'm saying is the fact that he has this false equivalency that they're the same. These are the fucking Nazis that were trying to exterminate the Jews. These are not. You horrible fuck. Now, what I've changed my mind, and this thumb, because he's a thumb, you fucking.
No, that's a roll-on deodorant that
yeah,
you just
exactly.
A dried up, arid, extra dry.
You baby ass head motherfucker.
Aryan extra dry.
Okay, the bottom line is my attitude is changing pertaining to Hamas. wait for it, wait for it. I think that they're absolutely doing horrendous shit, unequivocally. All right, not
Hamas.
Hamas,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
when you see some of the actions over
Nobody's
the 50, wait a minute, over the 54 years that the Jewish community, not the Jewish community, Israel has pulled on these people in Palestine. The fact that they're just blanket, bombing them, and not, they're saying they want to get hostages out, but obviously that's not their goal. They say that they want to basically wipe them off the planet and genocide, the same shit that the Nazis did to them or tried to do to them. And then they're basically doing the same thing. And like you said before, with great power comes great responsibility. They should not be going about it like this. And now I understand that Hamas is a bad actor in this, but I can understand why a Hamas was created because of some of the shitty stuff that Israel has be doing in 54 years. You know, with land occupation, kicking Palestinians out of their homes, telling them they can't walk on a certain side of the street, telling them to leave, and when they do leave, the place they go to, they bomb or they kill those people. It kind of makes sense why a person, a Hamas, could be created, even though their end result is fucked up. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, again, like I pointed out the other day, most Palestinians did not vote for Hamas.
Exactly.
They just happen to be the party that got the most votes, but they got 44%, and no other party, beat that. But most Palestinians did not vote for Hamas. And I think I also said that, in defending itself would have been deploying troops the day of the attack, engaging, trying to stop, I know it all happened very, very fast, but it also seemed like the response was poor,
Right.
or, not up to par. Because, you have this iron curtain, right? That they have this missile defense system that they've developed to knock rockets out of the sky.
Right.
Yeah, that's one way to defend yourself from one form of attack. And then, there is this human element thing, and what occurred on October 7th, was something that even Israel has admitted that they were expecting an attack like that, but they were expecting it to come from the
Okay,
north.
but
All I'm saying is that the response to like defending yourself is different. What's going on now is like retaliation, and that, as far as we all know, is not legal on the
not legal,
international war
and
level.
I posted something on LinkedIn and it said, "Is that a war? Are they committing war crimes?" But according to the Geneva Convention and the people
The
who said,
UN,
the UN, that said these are war crimes, they are war crimes. So, what up, Brian? Brian Pryor. What up, Breezy
prior.
JJ? I'm just saying. I just think that I don't condone Hamas, but I
No,
understand why something shitty like that could happen. Just like you said, if Black people took into account all of the fuckery that's been done to them over the 200 years in America, and just decided, well, not the individual white people that fucked us over, every white person got to get hands.
no. That's
That
not
would
what I
be,
said. That's not
well,
what I said.
no. I'm just not. I'm
No. But no. That's not even the idea I was trying to convey.
okay. What are
You-
you trying to
you-
convey?
what I said was, and what I'm saying is that the Israeli response to the Hamas attack on October 7th is one in which, because Hamas is embedded in the population so heavily, and can't be separated from the civilian population, they end up killing a bunch of innocent Palestinian
Right,
civilians. And it is just kind of like, well, that's what we got to do.
right,
And what I was saying is, if you take that logic, right, then and Black people applied that logic to our experience in America, then we would say, like, white supremacists are Hamas. They are our terrorists, right?
And you can't separate
they
them.
are and they're fully embedded in our society. Hard to tell who's who. So based on that Israeli logic that is being applied to Hamas, then black people should kill all white people.
Okay, that's what
just to get rid of white supremacy.
White supremacy.
And
Well,
that doesn't make
that
sense.
means, and what I'm saying is, what I was trying to embellish what you were saying is that means that instead of the individuals that are bad white actors in America, black people said everybody gets hands. Everybody gets hands because I can't tell the difference between you and a white supremacist or white Christian nationalist. You can't tell. Your doctor, you can go to the doctor. Okay, Pedro has a cyst on his left butt cheek. Okay, he obviously has to get it taken care of. Plus, when he sits down, it makes him like sit like lopsided. You don't want that.
What up, though?
Yeah. You got to make sure. So in turn, he goes to the doctor. And what if that doctor, when you look at him, you go, "Oh, he's a doctor, but he's a white nationalist and wants black people to be in pain." He could, in essence, make your cyst worse by shooting saline in it and making it larger, and tell you, "Hey, we're just draining it." I mean, there's all kind of shit. I always get paranoid sometimes with some doctors, because you never know if they have an agenda that's like, "Well, I'm gonna kill as many black people as I can by accident." And I'll call it an accident.
I'll kill him by accident.
Yeah.
No one will ever know.
Never one ever know. No. All right. In the people
but-
in the feed, you never felt that way, bro? Ever, Pedro? You never thought, what if this particular cop that pulls me over is having a bad day and his woman got fucked by a black dude, and now he's like, well, the next black dude I pull over would happen to be Black Pedro, which, by the way, Pedro drives like a fucking.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this before in the show, so no, like that's typically not my mindset when I get pulled over by the cops, because to be honest, typically I know I did something, right? Like,
wow, okay. Well,
I was doing 95, or like I'll know when I'm in the wrong, DUI stuff like that. I'm not be like, why y'all fucking with me?
Yeah. Okay, well that's different with you. I've been pulled over.
You're pulling me over because I'm black.
Black. It's because I'm black. Could you please put the wine bottle down? I won't do it.
Do you have somewhere I can throw up, sir?
No, I'm
like
saying,
in those instances,
right,
I've been engaged. I personally am not, but I understand.
So it's your fault.
Mindset for sure.
Right.
Well, no. I'm just like, I know I'm in the, so I'm not like, why they pulling me over? What the fuck am I doing? Why they fucking with me? It's like, fuck, they got me. Okay.
No,
I'm gonna be nice, man.
You go, they fucking finally got me.
I looked up, officer, and I was just as shocked as you are. This little baby has pep. I didn't realize I was doing 120.
Right. But no, I've been pulled over. And I know I didn't do anything. And plus, he makes fun of the fact that I drive like a grandmother, and which I don't.
No, a blind with like cataracts.
I don't. That's not true.
Not just a regular grandma. Some grandma's still out there getting it.
Okay, well,
I got homegirls my age.
I don't want to get pulled over. I don't want anything. And the police have pulled me over and done. I've been pulled over when I was in the passenger side. So, it's true.
You're like, let your friend now keep driving.
Yeah. Where I'm the passenger in Houston, Texas. The lady was driving me from the club. The fucking cop pulled us over and said, "Hey, you get out the car." I'm like, "But I'm not driving. They're driving." And then they said it was for public intoxication. I'm like, "Well, I don't drink. That's not true." "Well, why are your eyes red?" "It's 3 a.m. I've done 3 shows. I'm tired." And then he handcuffs me and says, really roughly, and says, "I'm trying to treat you like a human being." And instead of me just shutting my fucking mouth, I'm like, "Hey, motherfucker, I am a human being. Get on the car." And then I had to get the other comic to come bail me out because I left my wallet on the fucking thing at the comedy condo.
Thank God she was white.
Yeah, and she was white too. So I think that I understand what you're saying in your instance, but I worry about cops all the time. I worry about cops with my son walking down the street and they just on one and they just pick out every black person. I think that Israel is basically blanketing every Palestinian as the bad guy. And it's just not the case. And for him to say that they're Nazis, to compare them to Nazis, every Palestinian to Nazis, I just don't understand how they let him get away with that.
Yeah, I would, I would amend what you say for myself personally, and I would say, like, I can't say that. Like, certainly, I know that not every Israeli considers every Palestinian to be evil, right? Also, that the Israeli government, like, I don't know that they're labeling every Palestinian a bad guy, but what their tactics do seem to show is that um they have very, very limited compassion for anybody who gets in the way of them getting the bad guys. So if you happen to be in the area or the tunnel runs underneath your apartment building, well, we told you to go evacuate somewhere that there probably isn't really anywhere to evacuate to. So if you're still here, then fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, why wouldn't they just put a strike task force? If they're trying to weed out Hamas, why don't they get a strike task force?
And I don't know how to fight terrorists internationally. You know what I mean? I don't,
No,
but
they've done it.
I know that
They've done
the
it before,
bombings,
man.
the bombings and the strikes that they done. I mean, they've now had multiple airstrikes on the largest refugee camp in Gaza. So it's like, and this was meant to be a temporary settlement upon the like this sort of initial relocations, and now for decades they've just become this permanent like shanty kind
Right.
of situation
And,
almost,
open air prisons. That's what they call it, open air prisons.
and Israel has bombed that twice, right? And like whether Hamas is there or not, it's like, bro, this is a refugee camp. Like
Yeah,
this is a
flat out.
regular like that like it can like it defeats the purpose. Like a refugee has already run from a place that's been bombed. That's by definition, a refugee is fleeing from war, right?
So the thing is,
How
unfortunately,
you gonna bomb the safety spot?
well, America is allies, Pedro, with Israel, and I understand they don't want to turn their back on them, but you can still call them fuckboys when they're acting like fuckboys. And how is this guy not gonna have empathy with his nubbies, ride around in his nubbies?
Who is that?
That's him.
That's masked?
Yeah.
He's in a wheelchair?
He has no legs. You didn't know that?
I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
Oh man.
How could he not have empathy for people being bombed? How does this dude not understand this is horrible? And a lot of those people don't deserve it. Yeah, look at him. That's him.
Oh wow. I mean that's just one. Is he? It looks like he's hiling right there too. He's about to go. He's mid hile, but yeah, man. That just shows honestly a lack of for me intelligence in terms of how analogies go. Because he's leaving Hamas out of the equation and has now put the war between Israel and Palestine. And it's not supposed to be that, right?
Right.
They're supposed to be fighting Hamas, and he's not even speaking correctly on the subject from the jump, and then is equating two groups that have nothing to do with it.
Right.
Nazis have power. Your average Palestinian civilian has zero power.
Zero power. Now, a lot of people say that, well, if you say anything that have any kind of empathy for Palestinians, you automatically must hate people in Israel. I hate that fucking leap of logic that people have, and it's not the case. This motherfucker mass, what you wished hit a mass over his heart.
I wish he had a mass on his heart.
Yeah, but this motherfucker should have some kind of empathy. And when you look at the fact that he has no legs, and why does he have black legs?
Did he lose them in
military
war situation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I just don't understand how he could not have empathy. I don't understand why they put black legs. They could put flesh color legs.
And he's also flossing them too. Like he was nubs out in the other picture. Those are short dress pants for no reason. With a coat. So like he's flossing his war nubs.
Oh, we're going to hell. Everybody. Oh boy, his war nubs.
But doesn't mind, so he doesn't mind passing them out to, I mean, but just this concept that he doesn't believe that there are any innocent, there's no such thing as an innocent Palestinian civilian it's just it's an
It's
incredible
no.
ill logic. You know what I
You
mean?
know what it is? It is stupid, and we are just like, what? Why would you even equate them to Nazis? Because they're just not. This is not even. It's not even in this. That's like me saying, man, let me tell you about this dude Pedro. Man, he's a fish. Like, no, nothing to do. He's not a fish. He's a person. No, man, he's a fish.
I seen a nigga swim one time.
So if he swam one time, you know what that means? Fish. Like, no, stupid. And I think that the main thing for me is there are so many people that think like him, that equate Nazis or just horrible bad guys with all these innocent Palestinians.
Well,
I think that there's a lot of people that think just like him.
well, I think he's what I say? I think he's imposing anti-Semitism onto all Palestinians, and then using that to equate them to Nazis, right?
Right.
But like, not all Germans were anti-Semitic or a part of, or
a part of that, yeah,
or
right.
the part of the Nazi parties per se, but motherfucker show up at your barbecue with a motherfucking rifle,
Right.
and some Doberman pictures. You gonna be like, more strudel? Would you like?
Yeah. But I'm gonna let you know right now. I think that the fact that the Republicans never call out their fuckery when somebody says some fuckery, you never hear a Republican say a goddamn thing. So y'all all bitches, and your mama's a bitch, and your grandmother was a bitch too. She was a slutty bitch, and your great great grandmother was a slutty hoe bitch.
Wow.
And at least great great grandmother was a suck dick on horseback bitch. And so all of them is a long line of bitches to actually think that. But guess what? That's what it is.
B. Pryor says the photo in the wheelchair is propaganda to drive home the belief that all Palestinians are horrible. He's using his injury as a weapon. Yeah, man. With great power comes great responsibility, but
did you say
I can see
his war nubs?
His war, he got the war nubs out, dog. Like, but it's you would think, like
He
you said,
doesn't need shorts on. He doesn't need shorts on. He could wear long pants.
those could have been pants. If you brought the legs, bring the pants.
Yeah.
But like you said, Shang, I think he you would think he would have empathy
or at least
anybody in a wartime situation who, especially like a Palestinian civilian, by definition of the term civilian, isn't militarily trained.
Is a civilian. Now I understand them having anger, the Palestinians having anger toward Israel, that are, if you're a civilian, when you're seeing this happen over and over again, and how Israel has for 54 years been treating them. So you can understand the hatred.
I think it's been
it's 54 years or longer.
It's 48, so it's like 70. I think
it's a long time.
It's like 75
well,
years.
It's actually the same thing I equate it to when they let slaves go. Okay. And then maybe you're right. If you can correct me if I'm wrong. But then they were like, well, Jim Crow still lived alive and well. Like, so Jim Crow didn't go anywhere. And a lot of the sanctions and the stuff they put on black people, even after, hey, you free, man. You are free. Go be free. But instead, they had the nigger catchers and they did all this stuff. They still were hanging people from trees, doing picnics, have a picnic.
No, the majority of lynchings happened after.
Right. So what I'm saying is,
like, after emancipation.
So even when Israel says, hey, we're really trying to help, and I get it, there's some people from Israel that really are down with this, but the people that are in power, the big dogs, are saying really blatantly, right out in your face.
As a government, the government. You can talk about the government versus the people, right?
The people, right? I call them the big dogs or the government. Okay. When you hear them flat out say it, what are we supposed to think? And what are we supposed to think? We're supposed to think, hey, this is basically you're committing a genocide, and America's backing it.
You'd have to see the humanity in the innocent Palestinian civilians in order to actually give a fuck about them. And it just doesn't
I
seem
don't
like
think.
there's
Yeah, they're just not going.
much coming from the
Americans
other
don't
side.
give a fuck. White Americans are so used to, doing a percentage of white Americans that still feel this way. Which, if we go by the Trump supporters, 36% of people in in America are Trump supporters.
Yeah.
But it's I think it's 80 something in the Republican Party where they just don't give a fuck. They care more about power. They care more about eradicate our supposed, like innocent Palestinians are our enemy. No, they're not. And fuck y'all, anybody out there that feels that way, and then they want to try to flip it and say, well, you don't like the Israel, you're against the Jews. You could suck a gorilla dick, because that is not what I'm saying. I think
Innocent Palestinians can't be our enemy because there are no innocent Palestinians.
exact in their eyes.
Kevin Key said, if I said, fuck giving Israel money for war, give that money to Americans to pay off student loan and debt, would that be anti-Semitic? That is the power of PR propaganda. And one thing I do question too is like, we got to give money, we got to give aid to Ukraine and Israel, right? Like that's what's kind of the hustle that's going on now in Congress. And when I say hustle, I mean the work, not like the scam, right? But like that's the work that's trying to get done, right?
Kind of a
Well,
scam.
I mean, like I said, trying to get done, but not my opinion, but I get it. But when you look at Ukraine and Israel, it's like, but Ukraine is the one being oppressed by a supposed greater military power. It's obvious why they need aid. In this situation, Israel versus Hamas, Israel is the greater military power.
By far.
I'm not saying they don't need any, but I that is a situation where I'm questioning, like, well, how much would they need from us? More than what they have and more than what they already get. How much more would they need if for Hamas, which they clearly are. I mean, Hamas has these other tactics, right? But like clearly, military wise, Israel is the greater power. So like,
yeah,
I'm just asking a question. I'm not saying they don't need any. I'm just saying like,
no, I don't.
Are we giving are we talking about giving the same amount of kind of money?
I think
blah, blah,
that
blah,
Israel
like,
does not need it. We already give them billions of dollars a year. Israel does not need it. Israel is by far the mightier fucking power out of the two, and we're just padding their pockets if you're going to continue to give them money to fund a war where they obviously were winning from the jump street. If it was a war straight up between Hamas and Israel, it's a wrap. They got way more tanks, way more bombs, way more
battlefield situation.
And they got all of it. It's all of it. So that's why I just go, no, America likes helping people, everybody but us. And they don't like to help Americans, and they definitely don't like to help black people. And I'm not saying all black people need a hand up, because there's some black people that need to just get up off their ass, get out and do something. Outcasts, but bars. But I'm just saying, I just think that we're giving so much money to Ukraine. We're giving so much money, and there's shit that they haven't fixed. What is it? Make sure you fix your own house before you go trying to.
No, but I mean, like I said, I understand Ukraine, and I'm like, yeah,
to a point.
Because then
I disagree.
Then Putin and Russia begin to spread, and it's like you can't have that, dog. Like you got to check.
They're gonna take over Turkey next for sure.
You got to check your enemies, dog. You know what I mean? Like an enemy like that, you got to check. So, Kevin Key says, remember, Dred Scott was not overturned by the Supreme Court. Technically, you niggas still have no rights. I'm not. I've always heard the term Dred Scott and the Dred Scott case, the name, but I'm admittedly not familiar with the.
I'm familiar with it, but I'm not sure if it's not overturned. Mr. Everett coming in hot. Palestine needs to denounce Hamas. Even if they did, they wouldn't matter.
Well, the Palestinian Authority is against Hamas, and Hamas doesn't exist in the West Bank.
So why are they fucking people up over in the West Bank?
No, they're fucking people up in Gaza. The West Bank.
They're not doing anything in the West Bank. You sure?
I
can tell you.
Yeah, no, I think I'm.
It's
the West Bank is on the other side of that territory of Israel or whatever. It's on the river bank as opposed to Gaza is in the like a seaport. But yeah, this activity is going on in Gaza, not the West Bank.
Okay.
And Hamas controls Gaza, not the West Bank. And again, as a reminder, 20 years ago when Hamas was voted in, most Palestinians did not vote for Hamas, right? So politically, that was already a denouncement.
Well, maybe MSN, Microsoft said that silence settlers' violence in the West Bank undermines Israel's security. Okay, so if I read this article, and I'm looking at the article here, basically they are doing fuckery in the West Bank towards Palestinians.
But not Hamas. We were talking about
Hamas. Not Hamas. I'm talking about Israel.
Yeah, no. So no. But we were talking. She said Palestine needs to denounce Hamas, and Hamas isn't in the West Bank, so that's a denouncement. And most Palestinians did not vote for Hamas. That's another.
Yeah. So what you just said, everybody in the feed, listen, and I'm gonna read AJ Fitz.
And the Palestinian Authority does not support
Palestinians. A lot of Palestinians. Okay, if I break it down, there's still a lot of Palestinians. I've seen some from the interviews that just like, hey, we're not part of them. Don't kill us. You know what I'm saying? We're not fucking with them. Don't kill us. Just don't kill us. And there's a lot of half. They said not half. I said close to it. A lot of the people that are in Palestine are younger people and kids.
Yeah, they're like 47% under 14.
Under 14. All right. So when are these kids having time to,
Hamasify?
Yeah, I don't think that's the case. They weren't even born. They weren't even around when the fucking election for Hamas happened. So I don't think that they're down for Hamas. I mean, you might have one or two people that their parents are like that, and then they indoctrinated the kid, but that's not the case. AJ Fitz says government will spend $100+ billion to Ukraine, but won't put $1 billion into veterans. That's the fuckery. I think that I don't know. I just go, America.
Fuck with the fuckery.
Yeah, you can suck a dick, America, and I mean a hobo dick. I'm talking about stained with crusty urine dick. I had to just make sure I took it as far. The point is, yeah, they just don't get it. It's like you don't want to help.
No, they don't show or don't care about what's going on in the hood.
Wow, you actually went to Boys in the Hood, man. I know you had to, man. I would have did it if you didn't do it. One of us would have.
Speaking of the hood, and we'll push after this. Brian Pryor says a few people have been killed in the West Bank in the last week or two by the Israelis who are illegally settling on the West Bank. Yeah, but that's actually separate from, well, not completely separate.
I was about to say
it's a separate it's a separate battle. It's a separate phase of this greater conflict in the West Bank. But earlier we were specifically talking about Israel versus Hamas, which is not what is going on in the West Bank. Is all I was trying to say. Miss Averb says they're like a group of rebels with a bunch of weapons and some testosterone who want all the smoke. I assume she means Hamas. Make sure y'all identify your theys and thems.
Okay? Yeah, because that was vague as fuck.
Vets. Oh, and Miss Averb says to AJ's point, vets aren't profitable. Hello. Trump doesn't even want to be around them. They make him look bad.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Nobody wants to see that, he said.
Trump's like, yeah, I don't even respect, because if they get caught, I don't respect that.
Hey, well, listen, if you don't respect Trump, which I know none of us do, then boy, have I got
I've got something for you.
I got a whole other reason for you not to. And when I give it to
hate this orange cunt stick.
You know I'm gonna give it to you just like that.
Hey.
It's your boy Black Pedro, popping in, ay, 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 with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'. Ha! All right, man. You know, listen. The reality is they both old. The two options these two parties are about to give us, both of them are old. Joe Biden, admittedly, facially.
Hey, you watch it there, Pedro.
I'm sorry, Yosemite Sam, but he looks worse, right? Just like he looks older. He is older. He's a few years older, but he kind of looks older. He's also, you know, he's been president now and has actually been doing the job as opposed to Trumpy Dumpty. So the years are wearing on him, right?
As opposed to Trumpy Dumpty that is out
But
with orange makeup on and all
no,
kinds of stuff.
he looks horrible in all other kind of ways, right? Just a fat blob of toupee or whatever, comb over. It's like somebody combed over an egg.
Yeah, and also his followers too. I'm sorry, that wrong picture.
They're highly. All right, but here we go, man. So if you think that Joe Biden is, you know, getting goofy old and saying goofy stuff and getting off script and saying the wrong thing, I need you to listen to your boy right now, man.
So we have to be careful. You got to get out there and you got to watch those voters. You don't have to vote. Don't worry about voting. The voting, we got plenty of votes. You got to watch.
What?
So you already lost by 5-something million votes last time. And you were telling people don't vote by mail.
Well, go watch the voters. Go watch us. Go watch the Democrats.
Go watch you lose. Yeah, go watch me lose. Don't do nothing.
Don't do nothing.
But see just watch democracy. Don't participate. Just look at it and see what it looks like. This could have been a motherfucker say what, but really, and Mr. Castillo says, I'm over these old ass white men in office. Hey man, you know, you're preaching to the choir.
What are you saying?
You're preaching to the choir. Although I would like to give Bernie a shot. I would have loved to have seen that. Bernie Sanders. But no, I get it. But he's like feisty old. You know, he'll be like, hey, who put cinnamon in applesauce?
Nobody does that.
but you know, he's that feisty voice that I like. But I feel you, Mr. Castillo. But here's the thing, man. Yeah, your boy is out there talking reckless nowadays, and he talks so fast and stupidly because the audience is so dumb that there's just no filter. This man just said, "Don't worry about voting. We got the votes." How the fuck you got the votes if they don't go vote? Dave Chappelle for president? He don't want that. He's too smart to take that job.
Wow, white people age like old oranges. Oh my goodness. That was who's that? That was AJ Fitz said that one, and B Pryor said Trump looks like a melted candle.
Candy corn.
Candy corn. But the bottom line is he's 3 years younger than Joe Biden, and he said at least 10 years more of fucked up, off base, super duper lying shit. But they got a gag order on him, and I'm waiting for him to fuck up on that and see if the fucking I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm saying I'm gonna put it out there. I don't think they're treating him the same as they would treat me or you, Pedro. I think that he's allowed to get away with a lot of stuff that he'd be in jail for. What do you think?
Now.
What do you think? I'm like, how do you threaten the fucking judge? How do you threaten them? How do you release the other prosecutor's home address and then say, do what you got to do, knowing that you got nutty buddies out there that'll do what they think they got to do?
They had Judge Engeron today banging on the table, like literally physically banging on the table. They said because he banged on it at least because Trump's attorney said some shit about his clerk in court today, like with the and he's like, man, leave my clerk's name out your fucking mouth.
Yeah, I mean, he threatened. Of course, he threatened Cohen. Okay, but which he can't because he's a witness. You're not supposed to do that at all. He's threatened Jack Smith. He said some shit towards Jack Smith, and he's still saying negative, crazy shit about him after they said don't do that. So I'm wondering when are they going to start to lock this motherfucker up? When are they going to make him do time until his trial? I feel like anybody else, if you did that, Pedro, if you said, hey, by the way, Fannie Willis can suck my ass, and when I see the bitch, I'm gonna punch her in the eye. And then if you said that, which I mean, that's not that you say that, but I'm saying if you said that after they told
and I
you
was on trial,
you were on
and
trial,
she was my prosecutor, yeah,
and she was prosecuted, most likely to be like, well, Pedro, get comfortable. I hope you like the color orange for your outfits. That's it. That's it. But this motherfucker has been getting away with stuff. I hope I'm saying it. The emolument clause, where you can't make money off of the presidency, and he's done that. His kids have done that to the tune of $2 billion. His fucking stepson.
we don't have,
We don't have
not
no
all of that's
proof.
been proven, but we know what it looks like.
It looks bad.
Facts matter. Facts matter. So
okay, but it does look like they they absolutely no. When they gave China all of these, when his daughter got all kind of patents cleared in China, which normally would take 4 to 5 years, immediately passed. That was because she was the daughter of the president. Absolutely, positively. It was.
To prove it. That's all. I mean,
I think they're up their ass now, but I just feel like all the people that still, say, well, Biden's old. Well, motherfucker, what do you think Trump is?
Don't worry about voting. We got the votes. He'll call up the Georgia State Secretary of State and find them. All right, before I pass it to you, I did see an interesting exchange here between Mfsw and Miss Adverb. Mfsw earlier said Republicans fuck over veterans every time. And Miss Adverb was like, you'd be wrong, Mfsw. Trump actually gave vets the first raise in 40 years. It was the only thing he ever did right. And then Mfsw said he had nothing to do with it. That was a raise facilitated and passed by the Democratic-led House and Nancy Pelosi. But Mfsw also agrees that vets get paid less. In most spending bills, they don't receive the raise and pay that they should. Overall, we know Democrat, Republican, it don't matter. This country in general does not take care of its
it doesn't take care of the vets. And these are the people that go out there, get their limbs blown off and all kind of fuck shit happen to them. They come back, and instead of being like, hey, thank you for sacrificing your limbs and your ball sack and have your ass cheeks blown off, we treat them like they're, throw them into the fucking streets like they're trash. Or if they do have some kind of mental illnesses or, they still are dealing with PTSD. Yeah, PTSD. Yeah, I'm sorry. Then we just go, well, too bad for you. And then you wonder why some of them snap because they go, I sacrificed all this shit. I come back, fuck everybody at Walmart. And then they flip out and decide to start to, choke people systematically. I don't know, man. I just think that it's all
systematically.
Okay, Kevin Key said female Fanny from Inglewood. Wow. I did not know that. I thought she was from Georgia.
She could handle that on her own, huh?
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, that's my pop in today. Is that we got 2 old goofy candidates for president, but
maybe 2.
At least one of them isn't out here telling his own base not to vote because we already got it.
And then when they lose, I can't believe we lost.
It's gonna be funny.
It's gonna be funny.
Shang, get us out of here.
All right, but check this out. Y'all gotta listen to me real quick, and I'm gonna let you know what the deal is. If you subscribe to the channel, you will smell better. I know a lot of y'all think, what is that odor coming from me? Is that me? Okay, yes, it's his. That's what Savage AF is. It is. You can put it in your armpits. You put it in your neck, your neck crack. You can put it in your butt crack. It's loony everywhere. Everywhere. The bottom line is you will smell better if you subscribe to Savage AF. I have testimonials. I don't have them right now, but we will get some testimonials how they smell better just for subscribing to Savage AF and doing this. the bell, and not only do you smell better, you smell like your favorite cologne or perfume. Man, we are doing so much. We're doing big things here, man. I don't like to
Kick
put
it.
that out there. Yeah, we.
Tell 'em.
I'm telling you, man. Rate the fucking channel. I've been doing some research. Rating the channel actually makes it go higher up in the algorithm. So rate the goddamn channel. Okay, don't make me. And also, thumbs up help with the channel too. Goddamn thumbs and do the goddamn thing. What somebody in the feed?
Bring the love in here. No, I was just kind of laughing. That thumbs up one always it makes me think a pimp is trying to solicit you. You know, say, have you ever tried thumbs up, baby?
Wow, you smell good, and then you put is that a dick? No, it's just
that's a nose.
No, I'm kidding.
I was like, really?
No, I mean I got a little something sweet, a little sweet for you ladies. No, I'm kidding. I'll go. Okay, before I jump into my Shangri, I want to again send a shout out to the people in Ontario, California. Thank you for coming out to the live show last night. It was off the chain. Thank you for filling it to the back of the room. Thank you to the comics that were on the show. Pedro, there was a comic. What the fuck is his name? Oh, Black Pedro was on the show and he did his thing. Very funny dude.
Good job.
Very funny dude. And I just want to say this about Pedro. You know what? Quite the snappy dresser.
Yeah.
Snappy.
I always dress like a 7th grader.
Yeah. If you see
it was a good year in school, you're right there in the middle. You're not an 8th grader, so not all the pressure's there, but you ain't no lowly like 3rd or 4th or 5th grader. You know what I mean?
You're becoming a grown man, sort of.
Yeah, you're in a sweet spot.
And that's all that matters.
Like 7th
this
grade,
is
baby.
for the women and men, and I just want to see what y'all think about it. This is my Shangri for today. Oh, okay, listen. And now for a pregnant pause. I'm going to play something for you, and I'm going to see if you agree with it. A lot of people gave me a lot of static about it for posting it, even though I don't necessarily agree with it across the board. But I want to see what you, the Savage AF listeners, agree with. Here we go.
So we have to be careful. You got to get.
We don't agree with that at all.
No, fuck.
Wait,
Let's say there's just some.
Okay.
Let's say there's just some boy out there, and he was just sleeping with a bunch of girls, and he gets a girl pregnant, and he's like, "Oh, man," and she wants to keep the kid, right? What would you say to him? Like, and he doesn't want to have the kid.
Get ready for child support. Child support. There's nothing you can do. Like, you have to pay the child support.
Tough luck, right?
He has no say,
you
right?
shouldn't have done that, right? See, we only hold men accountable for their bad decisions, but if a woman wanted to get an abortion, and if we were to tell that woman, you should have just kept your legs closed, a lot of people would be very offended by that comment and say, well, women should still have an option, and whereas if a man gets a girl pregnant, suck it up, tough, enjoy 18 years of child support. You have no say as a guy. You have no option.
Okay, I wanted to find out, because a lot of people didn't agree with me. And Pedro, you can see if you agree with me. I feel like ultimately, end of the day, women have the fucking decision, period. The end, there's no other gray area. I'm saying a man can put his input, but other than that, if a man says, I don't want you to have the kid, and a woman say, I don't give a fuck what you say, you got to have the kid. That's it. And I wanted to know, why is it that women can't see that that's just the way it is? It's not, I'm not saying that, it's the best scenario. I mean, then they say, well, you should have got a condom, or you should have, sometimes accidents happens, or you should get a vasectomy. Well, you should have tied your tubes. Same shit. If you don't want no baby, by random people, and you fucking a bunch of people, tie your tubes. If you're a dude and you want to have sex raw, maybe get a vasectomy. Make sure you strap up. But ultimately, it is the women's decision. And I wanted to see, because when I watched that, I was like, yeah, that is kind of how they treat men.
It's the woman's decision on whether or not to keep the child.
To keep the baby, right?
But
or get rid of the baby too.
But it's a dude's decision. 999.99999% of the time, it's the dude's decision about leaving his dick in when he comes. Okay, condom break all aside, but if you have fucked raw and you didn't have the good goddamn sense to pull out or know that this woman was absolutely on birth control, you could trust and blah, 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 whatever. And even birth control could fail, very slim chance, but whatever.
So it's the dude's fault?
For the most part, yeah.
It's not the woman's fault.
You laid up in like getting her pregnant. Yeah, most of the time, dog.
No, what are you talking about?
Well, I think fault is the wrong word.
It's both women. It's both.
No, I think it's
both
responsibility.
Okay,
right?
then say that.
No, but there are times when I know, like, people have had, like, you're taking a risk, but the woman's like, I'm not on birth control. Don't come at me, blah blah blah. He's like, yeah, no, I won't. And then the shit get good to you, and you lay off in it.
Okay, but I'm saying
I'm saying in that scenario, you definitely are. But honestly, I believe that men, you are absolutely responsible for where you leave your cum. How?
What about pre-cum? When you're not, it's not there. You're not there yet.
That's what her pre-face is for.
Okay. Oh wow. See, I didn't go there. I want everybody to know that. That was
like, bro. Listen. I'm gonna tell y'all everything right here. I have never had an actual pregnancy scare in my life, right? There's only one time that I have come inside of a woman's vagina and she wasn't on birth control. And that's because I was like, I'm about to come, and I was about to pull out, and she wrapped her legs around me. I was a missionary.
Okay, so is that her fault or your fault?
No, she clamped me in. Hold on. I went in there raw, so I'm part responsible. But I said what I said, and I was about to pull out, and she clamped me in. So I'm like, oh, she's obviously on birth control. Then fuck it. And then like 15 seconds after I came and we're laying there, she was like, oh, did you just come at me? And I was like, yeah, I told you I was about to, and then you clamped down. She was like, we got to go get plan B in the morning. And we did. And I was like, cool. So that worked out. But that would, I think, been a rare scenario where maybe I would have had an argument like, well, I was clearly not trying to come inside of you, but you did. But, that worked out for me. But I'm still claiming responsibility for where I left it.
No.
I could have broke her legs open and been like, no.
Yeah, you could have. Why didn't you?
It only belongs on chins and butt cheeks.
Why didn't you?
Because the shit felt good.
See, my point is, it feels good to the woman. And AJ Pitt said, what did he say?
He said, since women will be stuck, better watch out who you fuck. I wish I had known it was gonna rhyme. I would have said it better than that. Men been leaving since before Pedro was even thought of. That's another part of it, right? It's like women ultimately carry more responsibility in this,
right?
Because historically, men, it wasn't me. You think before a fucking what do you call it? A paternity test that motherfuckers were bouncing left and right.
Okay. JoJo says both. That's what I was saying. Both are responsible. It's not just a man. I'm sick of we turning this into a red pill shit. I am sick of women acting it's just his fault. It is both of your fault. Both of you take precautions. He should take precautions for sure, and so should you be, in case you get a man that accidentally or he busts into you because it feels too good or whatever the fuck. You both should take precautions.
In all fairness, though, that's not what this conversation initially was about.
That's what he was saying in the fucking
No. It wasn't about fault. It's about choice.
Or choice. It's both your choices.
No. Yeah. So see. No, these are completely different things.
Are
you saying that men should have as much choice in keeping the baby as a woman does,
or getting rid of it?
You're saying men should have equal
choice
in that?
They won't.
That's what I'm saying. Okay.
No, they will.
Okay, yeah. So JoJo says both are responsible, yet the choice to keep or abort is on the body. It's going to grow. It's on the body. It's going to grow in. So she's saying the woman. There you go. AJ says, I get what Pedro is saying, but that's not the case. Yeah, some cases it is. There's a lot of different cases out there. I got about 6 in court right now.
We go to bars, take the pill, avoid the bill.
What kind of fucking porno Sesame Street did y'all grow up on?
But the pill isn't always effective. Also,
if it don't fit, give it a lick.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, it should be equal from the standpoint of the. Okay, of course, the responsibility you having a kid is going to be on both of you. It should be on both of you. And I know a lot of men leave, but a lot of women are fuck girls too. They do shitty stuff where they say that this is your baby, and then you find out 5 years later that's not your baby. So they have more knowledge of whose kid it would be more than you. And there should be paternity tests as soon as you have a kid, whether it's your woman or not your woman, your wife, whatever, because there's been situation after situation. In fact, they said there are more men, 48% of the time that you find out, 48, that ain't your kid. That ain't your kid. And the women know it's not your kid, and they know they've been fucking somebody else, and you don't know if they fucking somebody else. And then you are responsible financially for a kid that you think is yours, and it's not yours. Now, most of my kids are mine because my ex said some fuck shit, and I immediately got the test done.
Yeah,
and both of these motherfuckers are mine, unfortunately.
Yeah, and also if you're in a situation where especially y'all don't know each other that well, yeah, fellas, you should always
wrap
get
up
a paternity or get a paternity test if it comes up, because then you wouldn't be responsible to pay for that. It's interesting because Raina, a woman, said that men should have equal say on keeping the baby or not. My thing, I guess what I'm going back to what the guy said in the video is just like,
well, tough luck.
But it's like if
known better.
If a guy doesn't want to have a baby, he doesn't have any say.
Right.
But I guess my thing is ultimately, unless you were like, forced to ejaculate in this woman, or she poked holes in the condom or whatever,
which has happened to me.
Right. But unless, honestly, and I feel like it's just those two specific things. Because even if she's like, I'm on birth control, and you believe her and come in her, and she wasn't, that's on you, dog. Like,
no, I agree.
That's on you. No, but no. But all I'm saying is, like, it's once you get a woman pregnant, outside of you being like the condom being tampered with,
right, which has happened to a lot of celebrities.
Or like I said, you being forced to ejaculate inside of a woman somehow, you're responsible. Like you know what I'm saying? And like at that point, you're not gonna be able to tell her not to have the baby, even if you don't want it or don't want it, because like you've made one and it's not even inside of you, so it's just not going to be up to you.
It's her.
But you still did it.
It's
so
a joke. Her body.
You're gonna have to step up.
Her body, her choice. Just like my money.
You had a choice too, though. Pull out, my niggas.
Okay, you could pull out. No,
pull out. If you really got to do it raw.
My dumb ass believed this woman when she pulled the condoms out. I'm thinking, oh, this is a responsible ass girl. Slap the condom on when you have sex. Find out she had poked holes in it because she said, I saw you on HBO and I want our baby to have your eyes. I'm like, wow, I got this bitch from the movie Misery.
Use your own condoms too.
Right. Oh, of course. And then when I told her, I'll take care of the kid, but I'm not going to be with you. I'm not going to be with you. I'm not going to fuck with you. I'm not going to talk to you. We're going to handle it to the courts and I will take care of the kid. And as soon as I said, all of a sudden, abortion time for her.
Yeah.
It was abortion time, not because she wanted the kid. She was like, to lock people down. Women do it all the time. Women do it with basketball players and celebrities and stuff like that. And, they do it all the time. Take a condom and do shit.
AJ Fitz said Maury and Jerry made millions on irresponsible men and women. Amen to that. Speaking of irresponsible men, apparently Kevin Keith thinks I'm one. He says, no racially androgynous children, Pedro. My guy out here cuddling with white hobos. Okay, man.
Wow.
We spooned a little. I ain't gonna lie, but
you spooned.
First I do want to say, racial androgyny is not a thing. Okay, you mean racial ambiguity when people can't tell. What androgyny is when we can't tell if you're a boy or a girl. Remember Pat from Saturday Night Live?
Yeah,
that's androgyny. So racial androgyny is racial.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is when you look at the that video. Mm-hmm. And I do get his point when he says, for you, if you fuck up, okay, you fuck up. Tough luck. Too bad for you. That's the way it is. Whereas with a woman, it's not tough luck. It's like, well, I can decide to keep it or not. It's my say. So it's not tough luck as much. it's both fucked up, but it's more tough luck on a man's part that he has to pay 18 years of child support with a woman he may not have
I'm saying
really want to be with,
it's
but
not
and he made a mistake or whatever it happens. But people do it all the time. Or with the woman, it is still ultimately all I was saying, and when I posted it was saying ultimately it's on the woman to keep the kid or get rid of the kid. Ultimately, you can have discussions with her and say, no, I don't think that's cool. I want to keep the kid, or I don't want to keep the kid. I don't know you, blah, blah, blah. No. Woman can tell you, shut the fuck up. That's what it is.
So
And
so if
so
fellas,
she should have the choice to know, well, I'm ready to take care of a kid on my own.
but so should the guy. And that's what I was gonna say. If you know this going in, fellas, that if you get a woman pregnant, then at a certain and you're not and you're in or sort of like undecided about whether you want to have a kid or you don't want to have a kid. If you know going in, and we know now, right? Going into it that at a certain point the power is in the woman's hands as to whether you keep it or not, right? Then you can't rely on tough luck. You got to have skill.
I agree.
Pull out game, own condom, be careful, find somebody you trust and love, stop hoeing around, get your dick off the crap table, whatever it is. But what I'm saying, if you out here fucking and you know that if a woman get pregnant, you ain't gonna be able to, you're not gonna have the decision or the power to keep it or not, then you got to play the game according to that knowledge, right? But don't complain when you get in the game and you get called for a foul or you get caught cheating on the play, flag on the play. You got to go sit in the penalty box for 18 years. Yeah, that's just what it's going to be.
I don't know. Okay, what did they? Are we gonna read through some of these and we'll get up out of here? Thou shalt not kill is in the Bible, but how
Okay.
many people
Reverend AJ.
was killed today by someone? Just take precautions or be stuck for 18 years.
Yeah.
Women.
Yeah.
Okay, what did she had that baby, but okay, well, where is it?
She had that baby, but she doesn't have the man.
Some women steal seed and some men hit plant and run. Wow.
Yeah. And stealing seed, I feel like I get conceptually, but I feel like it's harder to do than hit, plant, and run, right?
Mm,
Like, no, like if I'm on top of a woman, it's gonna be hard for most women to push me, push me off of them if I decide to dump down in it. You know what I'm saying?
right. But look at what
It's-
Raina says.
if I have the baby and the man does not want the baby, I would not make him take care of it. And that's a certain breed of woman too as well. I think that was the space that my mother was in, particularly with me. It's just like, fuck it, I got it. Miyu says, one of my male friends told me that before he had sex with a woman, he will look at her and see if he would be okay if she came up pregnant. Depending on his answer, he will have sex with her or not. Now, you might want to be a little more scientific than that.
Yeah,
He's
that's
like,
not. You know what? She looks like she don't got AIDS. What the fuck is that?
oh no, I think he's just like, our babies would be cute. Fuck
Yeah.
it. And it's like, well, I'm not sure that's anything.
I've heard of women getting pregnant with a turkey baster. I've heard that too.
But where'd they get the gravy? Like I
Hey,
said,
man,
fellas, you got to be responsible where you
there was
leave your
one
gravy.
time. There was a woman. One time, the guy said he came on her stomach. She grabbed it off her stomach
shoved
and
it in.
wiped it in her side. Like,
Ladies, that's why I like to tie you up. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going hands free.
no, my point of the post, and I see what you're saying. And ultimately, you say it's that you're saying it's on the man, and I'm saying it's on both the woman and the man. If you don't want a child with this motherfucker, and you don't think this nigga is the one that you want to have a kid with, you have to take precautions too. So you both take precautions. You both make sure if you out here fucking. That's why it kills me when women say, "Well, you need to just get a vasectomy. You need to just wear a condom." Well, motherfucker, so you need to make him wear a condom. You need to make him wear a condom, and you need to make. If you don't want no baby, then you should tie your tubes too. If you don't want no baby by him, if you can say that statement, I don't want no baby by this nigga, but if I have a baby by him, I'm gonna make him keep it.
But
It's
tying
like
to
tie your tubes. You can get
but,
your
but,
tubes
that,
tied,
but,
get them untied.
no, but you like if a woman wants to have sex with a man or several different men, but doesn't want to give up the entire option of having babies. I mean, like, It's not like I don't think anybody needs vasectomy or
but that was
what's the other one called?
Pedro.
Vasectomy and what do they call it when they get the tube side? Tube side is not the technical term.
Well,
but...
I'm just that's the
yeah. No, I know. I'm
in
just
my
blanking
feed
on that.
in my feed on the post.
Hysterectomy. Yeah.
Right. In my feed on the post, there was 1,000 comments. All right, I didn't read them all, but a lot of them were ultimately saying, the women were saying, well, it's the man's fault. And there were a lot of women saying, no, it's both of us. If I chose to lay down with him and I didn't make any precautions and I do this, why is it ultimately there's a certain amount of accountability that has to be on both of you. But why does it always seem like it's no accountability on the woman, but the man, you know what? You didn't do your thing. You didn't listen. You didn't take precautions. Well, neither did you. We both fucked up. Now we got to deal with it. Because when I found out I had a kid on the way, my first thing was not your fault, not my fault. It is what it is. Alcohol is not good for me. And
first thought, fuck tequila.
Yeah, tequila can kiss my ass forever. My first thought was, ain't about you, ain't about me, about this kid. And I don't give a fuck what you're going through. It's about this kid. Now, obviously, I had some drama with that. I've had drama with both my kids, but not as much with my older kid as my younger kid. And the end of the day, I'm like, it shouldn't be a battle. It should be like, we're both supposed to be responsible adults. I took care of my end on both situations. You take care of your end, and let's just try to make the best human being we can as an adult.
I think it is interesting because the video clip, and maybe you could play it again one more time. Oh, I did want to highlight JoJo's statement though. She said, "I'm the mom of men, and I tell them if you lay raw, just know you may be stuck with them for 18 years or longer if they have some disease." See, JoJo be playing the mind games with your boys. I know what you're doing. She's like, "Oh, you may be stuck with the baby, or it could have a disease." And then they're like,
well, then they go, "I ain't fucking nobody ever."
God damn. Well, there goes my erection.
Okay, but I'll play it again.
Let's say there's just some boy out there, and he was just sleeping with a bunch of girls, and he gets a girl pregnant, and he's like, "Oh, man," and she wants to keep the kid, right? What would you say to him? Like, and he doesn't want to have the kid.
Get ready for child support. Child support, there's nothing you can do. Like, you have to pay the child support.
Tough luck, right?
He has no say,
you
right?
shouldn't have done that, right? See, we only hold men accountable for their bad decisions, but if a woman wanted to get an abortion, and if we were to tell that woman, you should have just kept your legs closed, a lot of people would be very offended by that comment and say, well, women should still have an option, and whereas if a man gets a girl pregnant, suck it up, tough, enjoy 18 years of child support. You have no say as a guy. You have no option.
I agree with that. You don't have a say.
Oh yeah, no, you don't. Yeah. But also, I think you've earned the right to have no right to say anything about it, because the first thing he said is the moderator in this. The first thing he said was, let's say you have some fuck boy who's around fucking a bunch of girls, right? So already, dog, it's like, well, who should have sympathy about your choices?
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, what about the choices when the guy just simply didn't want that, or someone did the
no. But
I mean, what if you had it happen? Luckily, you had a responsible woman.
Based on
UFC ass clamp on you. They do a UFC ass clamp on you right when you're about to bust. You bust. And you're like, oh, I didn't want to. I was trying to pull back, or if she was strong, or whatever the case. There's been
some thick thighs. She has some thick thighs.
Okay, what I'm saying, and then
also once you lock me in, I'm gonna be like, fuck it too.
Yeah, but then
we're naked inside each other.
Do you give her two to the ribs and then get up?
Yes.
Like, you know what? So a woman does that, then that means she wants you to bust in her, which that might be her thing or whatever.
It's clearly she wants that.
But she wants you to do that, and the thing about it is, you're like, no, I really didn't want that. The woman could go, so what? I don't give a fuck what you think. And there's women like that.
I mean,
I was lucky that I, even though I had someone like that, not the first situation, that I had someone like that, but that was my fault. And I took full, I did. You know me all this time. I took full responsibility.
Niggas in another room behind you.
Yeah. It's not like I just went, you know what? Whatever the fuck. No. I easily could have walked away. I could have easily been like, yo, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? I had enough loot to be like, here's some money, do your thing, whatever the fuck. But
No, yeah.
but the bottom line is, I'm not saying that just in my situation. I do
Oh,
think,
yeah.
and for all the people that did see the post I did and all of the comments, right now, I think it was at 1600. I'm saying, how can you women honestly sit there and say it is not both your responsibility to have precautions? It is only the man's responsibility to have precautions, as though this is not going to affect your life too. How can you sit there as a woman and say that shit? Sometimes it is about women taking accountability for their fuck shit too. I'm not saying men don't fuck up and men need to take accountability, but I've found now that I am buying into some of this shit because I've noticed it over and over again. Being at my age, I've seen women not take accountability for fuck shit they do, or or they go fuck with
Here,
another dude, or
I'm
they get pregnant with another man's a child and all kind of stuff.
I think, and based on some of the comments you synopsized from the post that you got, and you said thousands of comments.
Yes,
It
thousands.
sounded like people were talking about who's at fault,
Right.
or even whose responsibility and responsible. But ultimately, listening to it a second time, if you all go back and listen to it again, what really we're talking about, what really that whole conversation was about, was the man not having a choice about whether to have the kid or not. So that conversation wasn't about whose fault is it that she got
I
pregnant,
agree.
right? That
I
conversation,
said that.
no, but I'm saying that conversation is about, so just to stick to that, why men not having a choice after they get a woman pregnant. And my whole bottom line for this is, men, you have a choice. It comes before you come, right? And where you leave that come and how you leave it and things like that, right? So that's your choice. In the game, gentlemen, our defense is pre-game or pre-cum, not post-cum. Post-cum, literally, you have sent your DNA outside of your body. This is diribonucleic acid that you have put outside of your body.
Right. That can actually.
And now you no longer possess it. So it is in the world for somebody else to possess and do, and for nature to do what it do with. So like that, your response, your choice in the matter, guys, comes once again before you come. Jojo F says there are scandalous women out there that will get pregnant on purpose. By the way, Shane,
Mine were planned.
Hers were planned and are great, responding to your comment on Quake's house for sure. No, yeah, I know all kinds of games get played between men and women. They do. But the reality is, overall, I think men do have a choice in pregnancy. Is just before, right? It's like,
I agree with you.
You have most of the 99.999% of the time, men have a choice about where they leave their sperm. And then that is our power in it. That's our power.
That's our power in it. But I'm saying, I would say from a personal standpoint, I should have 3 kids if the woman wasn't absolutely bonkers the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
She poked holes in the condom because she saw me on HBO's Def Jam and decided she wanted a kid with me. Her perception of where I was at was not the reality, and wanted the kid. Once I said, I don't give a fuck about you. I give a fuck about. Well, I didn't say that, but I said, I'm not going to be with you. I'll take care of this kid. In fact, he can come be with me. But you're not going to be with me, but the kid can be with me. And as soon as I said that, the next day, hey, well, you know what? I think I'm just going to get rid of it.
Take it to the clinic.
See, but what I'm saying is, I accepted the choice because I knew that, okay, but I fucked with a condom, and I'm in my mind thinking, well, I fucked with a condom, I'm good. But that's where you say, bring your own condom.
Use yours.
Don't you use yours. But there are scandalous women. There are women trying to come up. There are women that have fucked it. Like, you never have been through it, but if you're in a relationship with somebody and there's been a situation where they go outside the relationship and get pregnant and then never tell you that that's not your kid, or that the possibility of your kid, it has happened time and time and time again. The child court laws are based on making money off the fucking people that go through this shit. The pregnancy, so I mean, it's just how it is.
My cousin found out he was a father because he had a one-nighter, and then she was gonna pass it off on her dude that she was with. And
Scandalous.
his parents swapped some DNA off the baby when they were sitting one time, sent that shit in, and it came back like, you are not the father. And they were like, that's not our grandchild, bitch, please. And then she had to come find my cousin, like, and his shit came back 99%. And he was a willing, happy father, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know, like, she was definitely about to pass his baby off on.
But when I see situations, and it's not just social media, Pedro, when I see situation after situation after situation where women are got caught in this situation, it's like,
I was
what?
like, this crap. JoJo got to her point. She's like, fuck with older women, baby. She's
Get
like,
up
come
in-
on over.
Get over here and eat that potato salad I bought
I'm
you.
sipping tea under this tree.
No,
baby.
I just say, man, I hear you,
I like
and
it.
you say it's a responsibility, but man, I can't speak on my situation because my situation, my dumb ass, and I say my dumb ass was like immediately like, well, fuck it, I'll take care of it, and that was, but mine was out of animus and cockiness.
You also knew she was gonna bounce when she was.
No, I didn't.
He's
Wait
like,
a
"You
minute.
fucking did.
No, what? What?
I ain't taking care of your haggard ass, but I'll raise a child.
No, the one girl, I can say her name, Carol.
Okay.
Fuck her.
Okay.
Fuck her because she was bonkers. But in my son's situation, no, I just thought my reason having a kid or wanting a kid at the time was like I was really mad at women, and I was like, well, women raise kids on their own. I could do that shit. That ain't shit. I really did say that in my mind, like, fuck these bitches. I can handle it. Whatever.
This nigga became a good dad off of chauvinism.
Yeah, that's the truth. I was like, yeah, so you can't, y'all, so you change a diaper. That ain't shit.
Well, actually, that is shit.
But that is shit.
Mind, it ain't
But
no
I
more.
mean, you know what I mean? It's shit. It ain't shit, but it's shit. And I really, I didn't love my son. Maybe the first 9 months I didn't love him because I was just like, you're a job. I'm gonna handle it like I'm supposed to handle it. And then the little nigga hugged my face and went, God damn it, he got me. You fucking hugged my face. You got me, you little motherfucker, you.
The skin on skin contact.
Yeah, that was it. It was a wrap. I'm like, I guess so. I'm gonna kill people for this little nigga.
Before you were assembly line on this nigga.
Yeah, I would just be, hey, hand me the staples. And did you feed him? He ate? Good. Fuck out my face. Get in the little rocker. Go to sleep, bitch. I really did not care. Did not care at all. I cared, but I was more like, it's my responsibility. I'll handle it. I did not feel that way. I don't know if that makes me fucked up, but and then it changed, obviously.
Women suffer postpartum. Some women drown their babies in tubs. So I think you did
a
fair job of getting through it.
I've read about that where the one lady said, I can't handle this, but I wonder how long it would take it to cook it in the microwave. Horrible shit. And the husband came home and found, now he did some fucking horrible shit too. He dislocated her skull pretty much. He clocked the shit out of her once he saw his child was in the microwave dead. He beat her almost half to death. And then now he's gone. She was, yeah, everything's fucked up. So no, I really did with my son. And my second one, when he was a baby, was fantastic. But then, he started being able to verbalize, and then I was like, well, this is gonna go left. But I'm telling you,
just makes you human, Shane. That's all.
It makes, oh wow, why'd you say it with that tone? It just makes you human.
It just makes you human.
No, I just felt like, I don't know if this is goofy, but I just felt like I was like mad at women, like I was saying, oh, it's so difficult. And then as I started getting into it, I'm like, this ain't shit. I did this ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? You pick the motherfucker up. He's in daycare. You pick him up. You put him down. You change his ass. You wipe his ass. You put him. You get another
Give him a
ass.
new ass. Just get. All you gotta do is change the asshole every day.
You screw the asshole off. You screw another one on. You wipe it. You keep it moving. Oh, he's hungry. Here's a bottle. Put it in your mouth. Shut your mouth. Up and boom. Get done.
Shake him a bit.
Hey, man. The Teletubbies on. Watch that shit.
Brush that off your
while I book some gigs, you little bitch. I really was. I was horrible and good at the same time. So
you did your best as a single parent, man, and that's all anybody can do, bro. And look at him now, man. Listen, let's get up out of here, especially since my battery's about to die.
Yeah. All right. So check it out. Make sure you check us out Sunday. Damn. But we're doing another show Sunday. Sunday we will be at a Mic Drop Comedy Club.
Basically San Diego, California.
Yeah, it says Claremont on the thing, but yeah, you're right. It is San Diego.
It's just like right there.
Myself, Jason Rogers, will be doing a show Sunday, November 5th at 6:30 at Mic Drop Comedy Club. Go to the website, Mic Drop Comedy Club. Get your tickets now. It's limited seating, so make sure you get your tickets as soon as possible. We want at least 3 people in the audience when we're doing the show. At least 3 people. So
actually, it's on Claremont Mesa Boulevard in San Diego.
But that's when I looked on the website. That's what it said.
That's what it said. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I just copied. That's copy paste from the website.
Hey,
cool. But check it out. So make sure you check us out. Myself, Black Pedro, Jason Rogers. Also, if you're in Las Vegas next week, November 6th through the 12th, I will be at the Stratosphere Casino at the LA Comedy Club. Make sure you come check me out. If you want to get free tickets to come to the show, inbox me on IG. You can inbox me on IG and just give me the amount of names that you want, and I'll put you on the guest list for me November 6th through the 12th. Show times are at 8:00 p.m. in Vegas at the Strat. I'm still calling it the Stratosphere sometimes. I fuck it up. But that's it.
For them letters now.
Yeah, we ain't got room for that. We ain't got time for that. Just like we ain't got time for these kids.
It's the kids, man. They ain't got time for words. Okay,
I got time. I never did like babies. Fuck you, babies.
Hey, Savage AF, man. You know what it is. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. We'll be back here tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. YouTube, Facebook Live. In the meantime, in between time, I got 3 things for you, y'all. Number 1, keep your finger out your nose. Oh, wait, that's usually number 3. But number 2.
You already messed it. It's gone.
Number 2.
Hey, that time's passed. Don't even do it. You did the other one. It's supposed to be the other one. Yeah.
Keep your finger out your nose, though.
Y'all know what he meant. Hey, fuck y'all. Y'all know what he meant. Don't be trying to confuse the situation. Stay black. Stay yourself. And don't dig in your nose around people. Do it in your privacy of your own home and booger up have a booger fest. I don't give a fuck.
Booger Down Productions.
We'll see you tomorrow. All right. That's how it goes. Bam.